It's just different.
So, why don't we start with, do you want to see the way my kit is organized? All of my products right here. Anybody who knows me knows that I'm a Dior girl. I already did all my skincare, which that could be another video, but before I start to do my makeup, I always use these glow drops from Sunday Riley, and this is what I do. I act like I'm showing you something revolutionary. It really isn't. Okay, so let me go step by step. I usually like to make sure there's as many barriers on my face between my face and makeup as possible. Although I have to say my foundation really doesn't bug me. I've gone through so many tests of what works on my skin, and no joke, the Forever Skin never break out. Let me knock on wood. But used it my entire season of Grownish, 15 hours in the sunshine and in front of stage lights. Never any breakout. And so I'm very happy where I'm at. So okay, this is what I do. I'm taking my Sunday Riley and using a little bit of oil because I don't mind being super dewy. Putting the oil on my hand and then putting my foundation color on top of that, just one pump. Right now, because of my summer shade, I'm shade 4W, which is unfortunate. I usually am 4-5N, and then when I'm nice and in LA and chocolatey and warm, I'm 5. But right now, I am my lightest shade, feeling like Casper, the friendly ghost. So here we go, I'm putting that on my hand. I know it's a thing to not do it with brushes. I just physically cannot locate my beauty blender. So I have that dabbed on my face. And then before I blend it, I usually go in. I'm missing some of my makeup. I must have put it in a small bag. Okay, so I'll have to figure that out, where I put my go-to makeup. But as I do that, my question is, should I go back on live once I've located my makeup, or should I save this for another time? Just gonna wait to see. Yeah, going back on live? Okay, I'll be right back, bye. Pencils and such. So where did we leave off? I still have the dots of foundation on my face. I was about to blend. Told you I put a little oil in with my foundation to dilute it. Before I blend it, I'm using concealer. This is in 4WO. Am I doing a good job at this? Tutorialing. Put that by my eye. Boom. 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 Boom, 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 boom. Got the dots going. Okay, now I pull out the beauty blender. I'm squirting it with a Barbara Sturm face mist. I like to use a towel to just make sure there's no crazy excess product anywhere. Seems like I kind of do this professionally, right? So now I'm blending out. And now what I like is I try and be gentle. I just tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. And I'm also kind of spreading because I did dots on my face, so I kind of have to spread it to the places that aren't covered. I had this idea that I'd answer questions while doing makeup, but you can tell I really don't do my makeup often, which is why I'm so hyper-focused right now. Okay. Tapping under the eyes, you see my under eyes. I have bags under my eyes, for sure. And I just had to come to terms with that versus trying to totally disappear them, because that's just not happening for me. That's not in the cards for me. Boom, ba-dum, boom, boom. Okay, forehead blend. So that I'm not just one note, one tone. I'll go in with my darker shade, which is really my summer shade. And I'll add a little pigment. Okay. Foundation on, a little bit of highlight on. I had a bump that I totally picked. It was gonna disappear, but now it's a dark mark, so I have to add a little extra foundation. I'll let it chill there for a sec. And then I'm pulling out my next full coverage concealer. This is in 5N. I'm putting that just boom, boom. I swear I've seen people do this before, right? Just wanting to warm up certain areas. What I realize though is when I contour on my face, sometimes it just looks like too much. Like ever since I was little, and you know, thank you Mommy and Nana for the cheekbones. But I remember I'd do things for magazines and they'd be like, why do you have contour on her face? And this is not like a pick me statement, but I'd be like, no, I don't have contour on my face. It's just I have my mother's cheekbones and my grandmother's cheekbones, which means I usually go pretty light. And even my makeup artist, Emily, goes nice and light on any sense of a contour. Because sometimes it just looks like a lot. It looks very serious when we're not going for serious. Okay, so now I'm gonna blend out first with my finger. The only danger of doing stuff with your finger, that was too much. Only danger of doing stuff with your finger is that if you forget to wipe off said makeup from your finger, the amount of times I've gotten makeup on my clothes as a result of just doing the most and using my fingers to blend, so I try and do a fair mix. Right now I definitely put too much around my nose accidentally. My nose looks very brown in contrast to the rest of my face. We're gonna fix that later. Okay, contour, I blend up. I kind of wipe and blend. And then use the back to just blend it out. And when I add powder on top and blush, that'll look natural. But see, what I like the most is being able to see my skin texture under my makeup and not trying to disappear it. And I like how this foundation lays precisely because of that. It's just like a nice wash of color and evens my skin. Okay. What am I doing next? Okay, forehead, blend into the hairline. Blending into the hairline. I really do not know what's happening in my comments right now. Okay. Now that it's blended up, then I press down. I also sometimes like to spray my face, not even with a setting spray, but with a, with just like a water-based something or other, because that helps me just really make sure that everything's locked in. Okay, I'm gonna put a little more here because I kind of have to even out whatever I just did. But there, my base is done. Base done. Now the next thing What you want to know about me? Wait, I'm looking at these comments. Your mom asked, why are you still in your PJs? Hi, mommy. Okay, so you may have questions as to why I'm in a robe. I actually am dressed. I'm fully dressed under this. I was just putting the robe on because I have a big head. And so if I don't take off things that are gonna like get stuck at my neck, then all the makeup comes off with it. So pop the robe on so I can take my sweatshirt off. But won't I look at your questions? Won't I look for a second? Here, you can see my makeup better. And the things I haven't blended in. But look at my base, look at my skin. This is a funny one. Why weren't you in the Charmander video? Well, anyone who knows me knows I love Amine, and you know that I love his last album that dropped, and he was so kind as to invite me to be in the video. You're not gonna believe this. I was supposed to be in the video. He invited me to be in the video, and of course I'd say yes in a heartbeat, but I had schoolwork and school, so I could not make it to where I needed to be. So I said, next time, just give me a call. I'll be there. Okay, brushing up my eyebrows. I don't do too much to my eyebrows, but I really do like my brows. I always grow out my brows. I don't touch them. So I just like to fill them a little bit and then just make sure they stay in place. I don't know how smart it is to leave this concealer on my face. I don't know if that's gonna make a weird impression. Okay. What else? I'm just gonna go through some questions. How often do I straighten my hair? Really not often at all. I had straightened my hair maybe 2 years ago because I wanted to change a pace and I just wanted to see what it looked like, and that was after 5 years of no heat tools. So that was the first time Kendall, who's awesome hairstylist, hair magician, did it for me with the least amount of heat possible because I love my curls and I just did not want to damage my curls. So since then, since 2 years ago, or over 2 years ago at this point, I've only straightened my hair. It was blown out a little bit for the Met Gala because we were going big or going home, and knowing the kind of texture that we had wanted to achieve at the bottom of my Met Gala look, kind of right here with the curls, we did blow out my hair for that, but I haven't since. And I really don't have much of a desire to, especially when you start playing around with wigs and such. I feel like I get the feeling that I want of changing up my look without damaging my hair, because at the end of the day, after having dealt with heat damage for a while, I just it's hard to forget how much I love and value just having my curly hair. And so at the end of the day, I just try and protect my curly hair at all costs, because I always know that I want to come back to this. Okay, so I haphazardly fill my brows with the Kabuki Brow Styler, right? So it's a little haphazard. If you were any closer to me, you'd see that it is not complete. But I do that because I literally brush it out after. I just want a little more intense color in spots that are a bit lighter. So I brush that out, make sure there's no patchiness. I'll go back in if there's any patchiness. But I should be pretty good. I try and keep it light. Mommy got me just like a pack of spoolies, eyebrow spoolies, and I like mascara spoolies. I'll show you in 2 seconds. That come in such handy because sometimes you just need that kind of shape with no product on it. I'll go to questions in the comments because I'm taking too long to try and click the questions. Okay, see? And so I brush the opposite way, just to brush the product all over the place, and then I brush in the direction of my brows. And boom, they're just a little darker, darling. Okay, And then brush, 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 brush. You want updates about my life? You know, it's a fun fact. Really exciting fact, actually. I'm nominated for 2 People's Choice Awards as a comedy actor for Grownish and just as a TV actor. You know, you can vote for that. I'll share the link. And Grownish is nominated too. It's really such an honor, especially after not being on everyone's screens for so long. It's fun when you get to go back and everyone's down to pick up where you left off. How do you get your skin so glowy? Really it's the use of serums and such. I was not one to know the names of all these serums, and I know if you're on TikTok and all that, you've heard hyaluronic acid, and I think what I like is I like a simple face routine, but I love one that's really hydrating. And so since I've really focused on, at all times, being hydrated, verging on straight up sweaty looking, it's really helpful, because then when I do makeup, I have this nice base, and I don't mind looking a little sweaty. It makes me look athletic, which I am, very athletic, but you know, people look at me and they're like, wow, she must have been running a triathlon. Okay, base done, brows almost done. You're like, more brows? What could it be? But I use the Pumpkin Brow too. And there's a little brown product because it may look like I have black hair, but I have dark brown hair. And the only time you notice that is when I accidentally use products that are meant for black facial hair and it becomes really pronounced on my face. That is not intentional. Okay, I'll let it set and then go back in if there's any final tweaks to make. Back in the comments, reading the comments. 99 questions. I'm looking through. You have questions about Peter Pan and Wendy? I can't wait to answer those. I can't wait to give you the download on being Tinkerbell because it has been really cool. Somebody said blend out that concealer, girl. That must have been from earlier, huh? I was just talking to you guys. Okay, base done, brows done. What is next? I'm talking out loud partially because I need to talk myself through the process. LOL. So then, I take a blush brush and I will begin applying the blush. Oh, or I could finish my eyes. That actually makes more sense for me. Okay, this part I'll do. I do blush last. So I'm using the Dior Intense Waterproof Eyeliner, but it's much creamier. It's not a liquid. It's like that. Ooh, I loved it. So, I'm really bad at eyeliner, just so you know. I don't know if you have tuned into lives before, but I literally did a live with my makeup artist, Emily, where she was showing me how to do eyeliner. And so because of that, when I'm not trying to spend 20 years perfecting the wing that I made on one side, I just go and line the I accidentally posed. So I'm lining my waterline, which sometimes is inadvisable. You shouldn't do that too much. I saw a question about how I'm juggling university and acting, and it's funny, it is a juggling act. Like, I'm about to get on a plane in a couple days to go film. But honestly, I think it's because as a team and as an individual, School's always been really important to me. Ooh, I cannot talk and line my eyes. I thought I had more of an ability than I did. I'm gonna be really quiet for 2 seconds. Okay. Then to try and get that line just a little thicker, going closer to my lash. Boom. Okay. Liner, pretty much done. I do the bottom just a little bit right here. Just because my lower lashes like to disappear. So I add a little for emphasis. Good. Whew, that was a lot. I am stressed out. Back to the question. The juggling act is super real. But I absolutely love school. I've always been a nerd, and I just feel like it's such an honor to be able to be here and to be studying. And so starting from there and knowing how important that has been to me, my team, I'm so grateful to them, really then helped me with the juggling act of how to complete any acting commitments. And then on top of that, we say no to a lot. We say no to a whole lot. And that also makes it really easy. Okay, guys. I don't know how much more helpful I'm gonna be past this point because I realize how quiet I get when I do makeup. I usually just listen to music. So next time I hop on here, I'm gonna just do a proper Q&A and I'll actually give you a heads up so you can put questions in and such. And then we can go through your questions. But I love seeing you on here. I cannot wait to hop on more often. I'm gonna finish my makeup and maybe I'll Insta story how it ends up looking, but it won't look too much different than this. Love you all so much. See you soon.